I'm just glad it's over with because I had the peace since the fifth inning. And I didn't want to get up, so I tell you what, it was pretty special. I've seen a lot. I thought in the fifth inning, I was telling Randy, I thought his stuff was really sharp, and the split was coming out very crisp. And you never know, but I said he may have a shot here. He was going through it pretty good, and as we went along, you realize that this could happen.
And he still hit 92 on pitch number 104. What did you notice just about how he stayed strong the entire time?
Well, I mean, listen, when you got a no-hitter and the crowd's going the way they're going, the adrenaline flow is pretty good. I'm sure he's going to be sore tomorrow, but he went at it pretty good.
Bottom of the eighth there, walk gets on, and then 3-1 next hitter. How far, and he's pushing 100 pitches, how far were you going to go with him? That guy gets on, or were you just going to let him go until?
Yeah, I think at that point, it's his ball game. It's kind of hard to take him out with a no-hitter at that point. Well, if the guy gets a base hit, then we're probably going to go to the bullpen. Pretty darn good. It was pretty good. When I looked at Trent when he did that, I said he's going to get it. He's going to get it because that's just that's one of those plays that are just magical in that particular moment.
You see him on a roll like that. Do you just let him run with it, or are you talking to him? Are you superstitious during a game like this? Is it normal?
I told you I had the peace since the fifth, so I'm not superstitious. I just didn't want to get up. Yeah. No, nobody said anything to him. I mean, listen, you let him go, and he's in his groove, and I'm sure he was fatigued a little bit, but what are you going to do? You got to let him go out there.
Said in the bottom of the eighth with the runner on, he started looking to the dugout, to you, and to Trent to see if you had a pitch to call or anything, and you didn't.
I can't help you. No. Well, I mean, listen, I thought about that. I think that's a legit question, but if you look at this club since the break, we're playing real good baseball. We probably should have won 3 out of 4 in Minnesota. It took the series in Colorado, and we won our last 3 series in a row. So we're starting to pick it up. This type of game only helps. But I learned a long time ago in this game, momentum is only as good as your next starter. So when we toe the rubber against Boston on Friday, if Monty's on his game, then we're going to have a good chance of keeping it going.
There's been 15 no-hitters in the National League since the last one in the AL. Is it as simple as just that extra hitter makes it that much more difficult for an American?
Yeah, I think the outs are tougher. I mean, look, the lineups are deeper. The DHs are probably, in the American League, the DHs are animals. Those are tough outs. So there are really no easy outs, in the American League.
If someone had asked you before the game who has no hit potential on the team, obviously, Felix comes to mind. Is Hisashi that guy you would have mentioned as well?
Probably not. I mean, because he's a finesse guy. I probably would say Walker, has an opportunity. But the way that split was coming out today, he's got a good chance.
He's been banged up at times over the last 2 years. All the way back? You've run him over 100 pitches a couple times now.
Well, I said about 3 weeks ago I thought the bear was back, and he's only getting better, and it's nice to see because I think this is probably the longest stretch that I've had him where he's really been truly healthy, and the ball's coming out, the velocity's back. He can work down the zone, he can elevate the fastball, and that's what makes him special.
Trade deadline, there was a lot of speculation that Iwakuma might be traded. What was your input into the conversation with Jack about what you thought?
Well, I appreciate your question, but I don't really talk publicly about what the general manager and I talk about as far as trades or who's going to stay, who's going to go. I mean, that's just something that you don't talk about publicly.
Stay.
I can tell you this. I would have been going with him, so how's that?
He's 34. He's going to be free agent. He got a couple years left. Would you
Listen, I think Kuma is strong. He keeps himself in great shape. I think he's healthy again. I know he's committed to this organization, and we'll see. I don't make those decisions, but if they ask, I'll certainly give my opinion.
Double play and then 5 pitches in the ninth. Is there a number you would have gone to, a number of pitches? I mean, would you have left him out there just if you had the no-hitter going for as long as it took? Because it looked like in the 8th you might get into that situation where you might have a decision.
No, I think that's a good question. I mean, we have to balance the fact that we're also trying to win a ball game. And it was a close ball game. So I don't know if you noticed, but I had both a lefty and a righty up in the bullpen because I just didn't want it to get out of hand. Where one swing of the bat could beat you.
Game, you said that rotation depends on this game, so you're going to give him 5 days or 4 days?
I'm sorry?
The rotation depends on this game, how pitch Iwakuma. And then now you're going to give him 5 days rest.
I don't know yet. We're going to. That's a good question. We'll look at the numbers, the matchups, and we'll see where we are. I know last time I did not skip him because he was throwing extremely well, and I didn't want to mess with his groove. But this was a grueling start for him. We'll see. We'll see how he feels, and then we'll make those decisions.